Let me take you back to a night that honestly changed the way I think about financial security. It was about 12 years ago, on one of those brutal winter nights where the wind just slices through you. You know the kind, when all you want is to stay inside, crank up the heat, and forget the world. I was finally relaxing after a tough week when all of a sudden the light snapped off. Everything. Total blackout. The furnace shut down. The silence was actually kind of scary. So I fumbled around, found a few candles, and started calling electricians. The first guy picked up right away. "I'll be there in 45 minutes, he said, and he actually showed up on time. He worked by flashlight, moving through the freezing house, checking wires until he found the problem. One of the main circuits had failed. 2 hours later, the lights were back, the heat was humming, and my family could finally breathe easy. I paid him, thanked him, and watched him drive off into the night to fix someone else's emergency. And I just stood there, thinking. I couldn't do a thing to help myself. I didn't know how. But this guy, he had the skills, the tools, the know-how to make everything right again. And what really hit me was this. His business had nothing to do with the stock market. He wasn't worried about interest rates or inflation. He had a skill people desperately needed, and nothing, not even a crashing economy, could take that away from him. That night stuck with me. It honestly changed how I see real, lasting financial stability. And tonight on Investor Voice, I want to dig into that idea with you. I'm Michael, and we're going to talk about the kinds of businesses that keep going, not because they're flashy or chasing trends, but because they solve problems that never go away. Let's start with something most of us overlook. Every home, every office, every building out there breaks down sooner or later. Not if, but when. Pipes rust, wires wear out, motors die, seals start to leak, hinges squeak or snap, paint chips off, roofs spring leaks, foundations shift and crack. It never ends. And every time you need someone who actually knows how to fix it. That's what sets these businesses apart. When the economy tanks, restaurants lose customers, clothing stores sit empty, travel agents wait by silent phones, but plumbers, electricians, home repair techs, their work is tied to problems that just can't wait. In fact, the longer you ignore these issues, the worse they get. I want to walk you through these essential service businesses, because once you really see how they work, you get a whole new perspective on where true financial stability comes from. Let's start with plumbing, probably the clearest example of an essential service. Just think about how much you rely on water every single day. You shower, flush, brush your teeth, make coffee, wash dishes, do laundry. Water runs through almost everything you do, and all of it depends on this hidden web of pipes running through your walls, under your floors, out into your yard. Those pipes are under constant pressure. They get stretched and squeezed as temperatures change. They rust. They clog up with gunk. Tree roots can crush them. The ground can shift. Sometimes they just get old and give out. And when something goes wrong, it's a disaster. A burst pipe can flood your basement in no time. If the sewer backs up, you're dealing with raw sewage in your house. If the water heater dies, good luck with cold showers for days. You can't put these problems off. They're emergencies. They need attention now. And the people who show up, plumbers, are doing work that literally keeps modern life running. I know plumbers who've been at it for 30, 40, even 50 years. Some started out with nothing but a truck and a set of tools. They built their business one job at a time, one customer at a time. They've weathered recessions, market crashes, and all kinds of economic chaos that shut down other businesses. But through it all, their phones kept ringing. Pipes still burst. Toilets still clog. Water heaters still quit. These problems don't care about the economy. They just keep coming. A good plumber does more than just patch up leaks or unclog drains. They become part of your life. They're the one you call when anything goes wrong in your house. They're there for every remodel, every upgrade, every, hey, can you take a look at this? They swap out old pipes before they burst, keep your system running smoothly, and help you avoid those midnight emergencies. Over time, you don't just have a plumber, you have someone you trust, someone who keeps your home running. And that steady, predictable work, that's what helps their business last. Let's shift to electricians. If plumbing is all about water, electrical work is about power. And honestly, we need electricity for just about everything now. Lights, heat, air conditioning, the fridge, your phone, the TV, even how you work. When the power goes out, it's like the world hits pause. Electrical problems are a whole different level of trouble. They aren't just annoying, they're dangerous. Bad wiring can burn your house down. Exposed wires, that's a shock waiting to happen. Overloaded circuits fry expensive gear. You can't ignore electrical issues or put them off for later. You call an electrician and you do it fast. Electrical work just keeps expanding. New houses need wiring from the ground up. Old homes need rewiring to stay safe. People want more outlets, new fixtures, ceiling fans, better lighting. Businesses need regular maintenance to keep running. And none of that happens without someone who really knows what they're doing. What's wild about electrical work is how fast it changes. These days, electricians handle smart home gadgets, solar panels, backup generators, energy-saving lights, car chargers, you name it. The job keeps evolving. Someone who started their career just wiring up simple switches is now putting in solar arrays and smart systems. The tools change, the technology changes, but the need for someone skilled never goes away. Now zoom out a bit. Think about the whole world of home repair and maintenance. It's huge. Carpentry, painting, roofing, flooring, the list goes on. Look around your house. Stuff breaks all the time. Doors stick, windows get drafty, hinges snap, tiles crack, paint peels, roofs leak, gutters overflow, decks rot, fences fall down. Seriously, there's always something. And for every problem, you need someone who actually knows how to fix it. This isn't work you can automate or outsource. No robots coming to fix your leaky roof. This takes real people, real hands, real know-how. As long as people live in houses, we'll need folks who can show up, figure out what's wrong, and fix it. I've seen tiny handyman businesses grow into big construction companies. It usually starts with just one person doing odd jobs. Then they get busier, hire some help, take on bigger projects, eventually remodel whole houses or build additions. If you've got the skills and the drive, you can build something big. And then there's appliance repair, a whole world of its own. Think about your fridge, washing machine, dryer, dishwasher, oven, AC. These are pricey, and we depend on them every day. When one breaks, replacing it is expensive. Fixing it is way cheaper, so that's what most people do. A good appliance repair tech builds a business on trust. They're the one you call when your fridge warms up or your washer won't spin. They connect with landlords who own lots of rentals, partner with appliance stores for warranty repairs, and end up with a steady stream of work year after year. Here's something I think really matters. All these trades have something in common that makes them rock solid. If you're thinking about your financial future, pay attention to this. They solve urgent problems. When something in your house breaks, you can't wait. You need it fixed now, not next week, not next month, right now. That means people are ready to pay, and pay fast. It's not like shopping for a new couch where you can hunt for deals. If your basement's filling up with sewage, you call the first plumber who picks up, and you pay whatever it takes to make it stop. Second, they're local. You can't hire an electrician from across the country to fix your dead outlet. You need someone who can get to your house fast. That local advantage is huge. If an electrician does good work in the neighborhood, pretty soon everyone in the area knows who to call. People build trust, tell their friends, and stick with the same pro for years. That kind of loyalty, it adds up to steady work, year after year. Third, these jobs hold up when the economy tanks. Seriously, think about it. When people have less money, they cut back, skip the new car, hold off on vacations, put the kitchen remodel on ice. But when a pipe bursts or the power goes out, they can't just ignore it. The fridge dies, you fix it. These aren't choices, they're musts. This stuff keeps life running. Fourth, it's all about relationships and reputation. Make a customer happy, and they'll call again next time something breaks. They'll tell their neighbors, their family, their co-workers. That steady flow of word-of-mouth business, it costs you nothing. And the longer you stick around, the stronger your reputation gets. That reputation, it's worth real money down the line. Fifth, these businesses can grow as far as you want to take them. One plumber with a van can become a company with a fleet of trucks. The local handyman can turn into a general contractor with crews all over town. Growth depends on your ambition and how well you manage things. There's no set limit on how big you can get. Sixth, this work is stubbornly human. AI isn't unclogging your toilet. Robots aren't crawling into your attic to fix the wiring. Drones aren't patching your leaky roof. This all takes real people, hands-on, practical problem solving. No matter how tech moves forward, these jobs need humans. That's not changing anytime soon. I want to be straight with you. It's not an easy path. Service businesses are tough. It's physical work, sometimes in grimy or awkward situations. You deal with stressed out customers whose lives are suddenly on hold. You've got to show up every time, do solid work, keep track of employees, paperwork, licenses, insurance, and whatever else pops up. It's a lot. But the folks who stick with it, they build something real. They create businesses that support their families, sometimes for generations. Their reputation turns into a valuable asset they can sell when it's time to retire. And the skills they pick up, nobody can take those away. There's always a need for them. That's real security. I've spent years trying to figure out why some businesses weather storms better than others, and I keep coming back to the same thing. The strongest businesses solve core human needs: food, shelter, health, safety. These aren't trends. They never go away. They're baked into what it means to be alive. All those businesses we talked about, plumbers, electricians, repair pros, they're about keeping homes safe and livable. They're about solving problems that every homeowner faces, problems that aren't going anywhere as long as people have roofs over their heads. That's why I wanted to shine a light on these businesses tonight. I think they're seriously underrated. People get hyped about tech startups and fast growth, but it's the solid, reliable businesses that quietly keep everything running. When the economy sours, when the hype fizzles, when the easy money dries up, these are the businesses that stick around. They're the ones that keep food on the table. I still remember talking to an old school electrician who'd been at it for over 30 years. He said, "Michael, I've survived 5 recessions. I watched the stock market crash twice, saw neighbors lose homes and savings, and through all of it, I never missed a bill. People always need their lights fixed." That's a kind of stability you just don't find in many places. It's not flashy. It won't make you famous, but it's real. And for the people who build these businesses, it's a rock-solid foundation. One last thing. Technology is starting to change the way these businesses run and grow, and I want to talk about that next. These days, almost every service provider is online. You want a plumber, electrician, or someone to fix that leaky faucet? You can book them from your phone in under a minute. It's not just convenient for customers, it's a game changer for the people doing the work too. They can reach more folks, keep their schedules organized, and never have to worry about missing a call. A lot of businesses now use software for everything. Scheduling jobs, sending invoices, keeping in touch with customers. You get reminders before your appointment, maybe even a quick check-in after the job's done. They're building up databases too, which just means they know their customers better and can offer better service the next time around. Think about a handyman with a smartphone and a few social media accounts. Suddenly, they're connecting with clients they'd never meet through a newspaper ad. They can post before and after photos, show off their skills, and slowly build up a loyal following. Or picture a plumber sharing quick videos on how to handle a clogged sink. People start to trust them, see them as an expert, and word spreads well beyond the neighborhood. Mixing old school skills with new technology, it's opening doors nobody even saw before. You get the reliability of an essential trade, but with the reach and speed that only tech can offer. Now let's talk about what's driving all this demand. Most homes in developed countries are getting older. A lot were built decades ago, and now they're hitting the point where things just start breaking down. Water heaters, furnaces, electrical work, plumbing, it all wears out. When it does, someone has to fix or replace it. But here's the twist. The people who know how to do this work are getting older too. Tons of experienced plumbers, electricians, and contractors are close to retirement. So you've got more houses needing repairs, but fewer skilled people around to do the work. For anyone thinking about jumping into these trades, that's a huge opportunity. There's more demand than supply, and that gap isn't going away anytime soon. This isn't a short-term thing either. It's a long trend, and it's going to stick around for years, maybe decades. Skilled tradespeople are going to stay in high demand. So what does this mean for you? Maybe you're an investor hunting for something steady. Maybe you want to start a business. Or maybe you're just trying to make sense of how the economy really works. Either way, there's a big takeaway here. The most dependable businesses are usually the ones we barely notice. They fix what's broken, handle the basics, and keep everything running behind the scenes. They're not flashy. They don't grab headlines. But they offer a kind of security you just can't find everywhere else. If you're thinking about starting a business, take a look at these essential services. You don't need some wild new idea, and you don't need a pile of money to get started. Learn a skill people actually need, show up when you say you will, and do the job right. That's enough to build a strong reputation. If you're already out there fixing things and helping people, I hope you're proud of it. You're not just patching pipes or rewiring lights. You're keeping families safe and solving problems that stress people out. What you do matters, plain and simple. And if you're just watching from the sidelines, trying to figure out what makes the economy tick, I hope this gives you something to think about. The businesses that get all the hype aren't always the ones holding everything together. Sometimes the real backbone of the economy is hidden in the everyday stuff. Thanks for hanging out with me on Investor Voice. I know your time is valuable, and I really appreciate you choosing to spend it here with me tonight. If anything we talked about today hit home for you, or if it gave you a fresh way to think about stability and security, do me a favor. Share this video with someone who could use it. Maybe you've got a friend stressed about money. Maybe there's someone in your family searching for a steadier path. Or maybe you just know someone who needs a reminder that real value often hides in the everyday stuff we overlook. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Join the Investor Voice community. Around here, we don't just skim the headlines, we dig in. We look for what really drives our financial lives, and we try to figure out what actually lasts. Tap the bell so you're always in the loop when we dive into new ideas together. I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop a comment below. Have you worked in the trades? Got stories from plumbing, electrical, or home repair? Share your experiences. I read every comment, and this is where the real conversation happens. That's all for now. I'm Michael. This is Investor Voice. Remember, the best investment you'll ever make is in your own understanding. Look after yourself, look out for each other, and I'll catch you next time.